minute. Now they be able to go capture one gun. We make the Japanese then lost that gun. Then it been very instrumental to the winning of the Second World War. We make them in commend we for that. So I know say people in the way done the about my own. Because over the period, we don't celebrate this my own day. Just for continuing for make that memory they let live and let become entrenched in we way of life, in we country, and in we ex-service or serving personnel. Them. So this particular incident it been happened January 1945, where in the jungles of Burma, this difficult position been there when my own where we people in capture. Where then they happen over years, they may decide say, okay, this one a very historic na salon. So now we're going to celebrate this. So we've been see say on the 24th of January every year, people them they converge. They make that day national holiday for let people go remember them people here. The sacrifice. People then die for that. Just for put Salon on the map or for put Salon at the world center stage. In fact, they been get one Major General when I've been the commander of them forces and they when Major General Lufos Tottenham. It been go on for say in believe say Salon soldier them anytime they give them task, any side they send them. And no get no doubt, then go succeed. So we they continue for keep them memories then they. We they continue for do thing them, where they make them glory then they it continue so that it go pass on from one generation to another. So this Armed Forces Day in the Republic of Sierra Leone is very important for let the people of Sierra Leone know say then soldier them not only today but since 80 years ago then we done the do thing for keep we name na the map and for make we all proud. So however we know say 11-year war in Ghana alone. But this 11-year war come, people die, people make sacrifices as well. People go Liberia as for fete for Salon. They make sacrifices there. People go Cameroon, the bomber Cameroon war, Douala. People go on the back and pay the ultimate prices. So, but when this war done, the government of President Ahmad Tijan Kaba, blessed memory, see and say, okay, the war done in 2000. And that be February 18. But we also get this Mayon war they celebrate every year. But now we get this historic event back with the war done 18 February. So the government at that time, the Ministry of Defense and the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, we decide say, okay, law merge all them remembrance here into the 18th of February. So that is why we get this very important date na Salon, when at the 18th of February, when a holiday, where we they go, we do activities them just for member them people here. The sacrifices them where they don't they make. You and them from them wars and they were talk about. Take until we won a Salon. And even the disasters then what don't happen at Salon. Whether a mudslide, whether a COVID, whether a Ebola, people sacrifice them. So we see and say now it's necessary for Lord remember them people here. So I just want to make it clear to me people them. Say the 18th February not replace the previous remembrance for Mayon. But rather what you do, we just expand them. That is why we cover all then other things than the way we do. But let me just try for talk to owner a little bit about how we go define this Mayon this Armed Forces Day. We define them as a day for two main things them. One, we want to commemorate. We want to remember people them. We want to remember fallen heroes them. We want to remember people them will die for sacrifice for this country. Also, we want to celebrate people them. People them they we currently they work, people them they we don't retire. They know that it, but they don't retire. And when they work, they make a lot of achievements. And people and they will currently deserve, themselves one appreciate them. So it's a matter, two things we do. One, we commemorate, we remember people, and two, we celebrate people. So in doing all this, I just want to point out to me, Fumble and the audience, say, from the time where that Major General be appreciate waiting the Sierra Leoneans and they do from that war, to waiting people on the do now other wars than other African countries, whether in Cameroon, whether in Liberia, whether in Somalia, whether in Darfur, Sierra Leoneans, especially service personnel, they don't pay ultimate price. And one use this day for appreciate them. So we call on the general public, as tomorrow na holiday, we go like for see them, let them come help we for remember them people here, and for celebrate the one that we don't retire and the one that we they serve for the from Kenya, when a General Upande, if I go remember him, have been the commander of the UNAMSIL, United Nations Military in Sierra Leone. Upande na him be able to talk to General Issa and tell him, say, lay you gone, he do him. He talk to other rebel fighters and say, una put una gun down, una come. He be able to convince them, then come. He be force them as well as to convince them. So somebody like that, we think, say, as a nation, we need to appreciate them. We also get another one way Nigerians. As I say, a lot of Nigerians and die now. People die, property then lost. Today we get a lot of Nigerians away full uniform, they even they can't invest in Sierra Leone. But we need to appreciate them. They're always concerned why we not appreciate them. Now is the time. So once people for really go to tomorrow when at the 18 in large numbers, let them see saying a country that they appreciate them. Furthermore, we also get somebody from UK, Britain. We all know the British then. In fact, they may get one unit where can when have been the special air service. Where they may come fet na Okro Hill, if you remember, one of them soldier died. So we want let the commander we been come with them people and they we call them let can take award, international award or national award on behalf of in people that will become and in country. At the show say we appreciate people. If you go down the line, we also get somebody from the US, United States of America. Sierra Leone as a country or the armed forces, we get what we call partnership with the Michigan. Michigan is a state. We get partnership with them with a state partnership program, whereby with the exchange training, with the exchange military, they don't do a lot. So one of the commanders, they can take award on their behalf. So we get a whole list, and even with chief of defense staff. They don't do a lot. They don't transform RSLAF. Today, not going to be the time for discuss that now. We will find time for discuss that. But a lot they we don't do. They sacrifice a lot. They fed this war. Instead get forget award. And the award of the given people here, now the ground commander of the Order of Rokel. When a very high award where they appreciate them for what they do. So for wrap up, I just want to say, in addition to this, we also remember we young people then. So we get forget general ranking officers them. We then send as Sierra Leonean them. We get forget award for what they don't do. We get soldier we cut across from general to the last soldier. We cut across. We give them we don't distinguish themselves over the period, especially the one that we don't do we don't work for very long time. So we get one outdoor we call long service and good conduct. That means they don't work for over 17 years where they don't do something. So today we get people that would work 30, 20, 30 something years. We need to appreciate them for what they do. So that we never do. So, but I just want at this juncture now, let's say the Ministry of Defense and the Republic of Sierra Leone, I want to assure the general public say we remain committed for ensure say we soldiers their welfare, we look after them, we train them.
No, say they slap me. Now you know why you. Me John open and say, oh, they slapped me yesterday. I get that experience. Thank you very much for at least giving the foundational background. Military don't pride itself over the years. They start out from World War and what happen in our own country. Say come to even we say social issues, more slide. Most times anything that will happen, they are swift to go into actions. So thank you very much. We continue for saying plenty thank you to the armed forces of the Republic of Sierra Leone. The next thing will be these FBC students, they let Giba. From where minister sit on a computer more the computer. This time, we will listen to the Honorable Minister of Education. See, tune in across board by education issues. So you have the podium. Use 10 minutes. Zach, not joke with in 10 minutes. To explain everything we should be expecting from you as per the flyer. Thank
you. Mr. Honorable Deputy Minister, members of the Fourth Estate, telling all Boku Kushe, and I thank the Minister for we invite me. I want to use this opportunity for just give a little bit of background into Tinebo Nagoriyeri on social media, and I want for just make sure say we understand context of what we do. So every year we ask school them for upload the continuous assessment grade onto the WIAC portal. The continuous assessment grade for WAS results now 30%. And we they didn't them for making an upgrade. But before we do that, I want for to set a slight context. For when you go senior secondary school, they take you 3 years before you take your exam. And for make you actually take the WAS exams, you for pass Beke, where you go take now the end of junior secondary school. So 3 years ago, if we go backwards, 2023 or thereabout, the number of people that we take Beke, I want to make one get them figure out. The number of people that we take Beke now 119,000. This year, when we ask the school them for upload the WASs or for sending the data to we notice and get 124,000. To give you the figures, now 124,591 names them will duplicated. In other words, then the same Beke result, we now more than one person get our name. So in the case of use myself as example, Kongatsaki, you pay 3 term or you pay 4 term, narrating. So we call the SLTU, the Sierra Leone Teachers Union, we call the Conference of Principals. We say, but we don't notice that here. By the way, we did not app that we use for make we able to detect that here. So we tell them, say, but we need una for solve this problem. Una go back, una take una term, una solve this problem because if una submit them back, we didn't know. So after that process, we invite them for upload the class results na the WIAC portal. When they upload the class results na the WIAC portal, they upload 219,171. 219,179. If you take the baseline, that it was 119,000 3 years ago. Now you upload 219,171. It means to say you don't get 100,000 more candidates. In education, we also get what you call attrition rate. Attrition rates now people then go die, people then go drop out, then go find job and all that, and the people then because of hardship they're not able to continue. So normally when you look at educational data, the figure for the can down. But let me give you an example. Let's take Oxford University, the best university in the UK. Then do get an attrition rate of 0.9 to 1.3%. So even Oxford, the figure they can down. Now, let me also factor a little bit, say people that fail. Now, add 20,000 on top of that. It still go give you like roughly 119, you have 20,000, 130 something thousand. Yes? So we take this there now, go into we own checking for Beke. The one that we were able to clear, say the one and they go authentic Beke, now be 145,000. So even Boku pass, what would they expect? But we accept that if they get the Beke, we accept. You understand? So they get 74,682. We not match. In Beke not correct, or something the name them where they submit in not accurate. So for example, Konrad Saki, meaning Konrad Omalike Saki. Yes, if you enter Omalike Konrad Saki, you not go match. You understand? So we call SLTU, we call CPSS. We say, well, we get 74,000. When I go check this there back, we don't put no sanction. We say, when I go check them back, then go check them back. We'll be able to clear 19,505 picking them. So we add that the pada 45,000, now give we a figure of 163,997 candidates where we clear, we confirm, and we submit to WIAC. Say this now authentic one day. Now they now mean to say because of that 19,000, we now out of that 74,000, we now get 55,174 candidates we unmatched. We not stop doing. Now do they right now. So one of the years say we do with the events 74,000 people 55,000. What do we say to them principally? Yeah? Una come back. Now can check them here. The portal still open. So we not left nobody out. I want to now understand that. We not left nobody out. The government of Sierra Leone they make a commitment. If they're 55,000, then we can clear up. We they pay for them 55,000. But what do they say no more? For make you car with them 55,000, any of them 55,000, you get for sign an undertaking. So we don't consult with ACC, we don't consult with the accountant general. So they say you get for sign an undertaking. Say one, the data we give you authentic. Two, we not get absence like how we don't get in the past. 2024, where I report on the result, we get 25,000 picking away absent. 2025, we get 35,000. If you add private school, now 40,000. Let me give you now the maths. Multiply that by $25. It will tell you almost we throw down the drain. And the reason why this they happen, if you get Conrad Saki, where you register on a Freetown, you register on a Bo, you register on a McKinney, you register on a Kenema. Now one Conrad Saki get for can take that exam. So that one Conrad Saki will take the exam in the present, the other 4 are absent. We cannot continue to do this. This now taxpayer money, not to me. Me on duty where I get as minister, now for make I get oversight, for make sure say I put systems in place, for make sure so we not waste on our money. This is all I'm asking. So I repeat back. Governments, they make a commitment that any genuine and eligible candidate for the exam will be paid for by this government. Let us explain further. The last 2 years, we will be left picking it out. We get for pay private was. Private was now 300%. Almost there was this was here be. So it's in we interest for pay the 55,000. It go cheaper. Now 1/3 of what it go cost if we get for pay 55,000 now private was. So I encourage all school leaders for letting come back. They can check them here for you to sign the undertaking. The undertaking they say in your school, you not forget more than 2% absence rate. 2% because people and they die, people and go drop out, people and get genuine reason we make them not take the exam. But now 2%. In that one day back, you decide say all the people that we send to we then get genuine Becker results. And the third one, you decide to we say that's cash where you give it. No can tell me say Conrad Saki we get in 30% cash na Albert Academy. Can a K school na Kenema, e go sit the exam na K school na Kenema, then you also get 30% cash na Kenema. Because that go mean to say every day Conrad Saki they can school na Albert Academy, you also they can school na Kenema. There is a genuine way you can transfer your cash, but that is authorized by the ministry. And I don't see none yet. We don't say we the authorized. Because last year we talk, say, how we get 40%. I got all the school them, all the details of almost absences they get. They say, oh, well, the begin decide, say, they go sit on that side. Well, this day, they happen. We go recover with money back. So now that what they say. If you know say you know certain, then not put a day. But if you say you certain, we they pay for it. Or if we find out otherwise, you they pay government that money they back. So now that's what I'm telling you now. But that's now also quick one. So as I just say, we still open. The cast they continue until the 28th of February. There is no extension. So we don't send we staff there all over the country for go help. Uda they struggle with internet, we try for make sure say we provide you and we they help you for complete everything for make sure say we meet the deadline. So I don't hear quite a lot of posting. Even politicians themselves they get into this year. They say even before the deadline, they say we don't let people out. I don't know too much logical, but the logic way me learn now for big college and post say they get what they can call premature closure bias. That is to say, you don't draw a conclusion even before you look at all the evidence. My teacher na for me Salune. Yes, now he teach me logic. So that logic they apply because the deadline no reach yet. We want to work with all with school leaders. We don't want to let nobody get problem. But I cannot, as a minister, continue for waste government money in that way. Thank you.
Make us sharp, sharp, and to the point. The reason why these things we can want let people understand is this. Because when you listen radio yesterday, somebody, this government from where they come, now what's get problem now? This and that. When you make something free, if you don't monitor, how somebody will go right was 40 years old, is a Rebecca. Eh? Everybody want get worse because government they pay. And this money, people for also understand say why heck, not we get now pay with the pay them. So if we said 100,000, now 100,000 money they don't hold. If that 100,000 picking them not happy, they're not going for reform. So government back for put measures in place for let ensure say the money where they pay, the people they exist. That's just the check and balances we government they put in place. Somebody want, if you don't pass was government was go right private was. Even we on time, government was be the private government O level and private O level be the. If you don't pass this, you go so. But now, even people where they work, one benefits from that money where government they pay for picking. So they don't get Beke. Now they this problem. School authorities. They filling candidates using some other people. And we are all affected. Last year when me picking seats, they sit in both school year before. In one seat, you know go right private one. Hey mama, they arrange. Now my name now I come for her. I just there the person at the house. Then they make a sumu sumu. And you know for telling Papa, I saw what they tell me. How you want right was, not to government was in the right, you want right private first. Now other school you go, then private school there. Now Jebe name they don't give you. You know Hafiz Bawa. Now they don't go give you Jebe. Take the result. So if you're a minister, you go even now say no, these are things I don't do. But that is what is happening. Then school authorities they take boku money from people, not that these names that they pay. They take boku money in their hand. The government can't pay for them. So if government take then checks and balances for save with money, then we turn back at the government to the cause this and that. We all work the increase as the Minister of Information and Civic Education. You will go for talk for other thing. They say why the people they don't write was the horse's mouth. You don't know why they don't write the was. We will not continue to pay for ghost. Anybody can improve say this policy. Yes, it exists with all these details. Government still open for pay. Without that undertaking, government say no. And they check for the money. We need money for put other sides. No, not just the wisdom. If you give a you're not going for Giwi. With all that absentee, 40,000 people absent, you have paid. Why not they give again? So let us not continue in that line. Next. At the carry back. When you go to the coordinator, the Anti-Corruption Commission, Mr. Patrick Sandy. Sometimes when these reports can come out, these external evaluations, in fact, inwardly, people that can just talk anything about Sierra Leone. We corrupt, we need to do nothing. So we, as politicians, we were in charge when the external reports can come out. We want to know what they inside. Because in a key performance indicator on this administration, Transparency International, which is about research.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister, members of the Fourth Estate, colleagues on the panel. I bring Una Bokwadu from the Commissioner and the leadership of the ACC. I just want for start for say we don't give you responsibility as people of this country for let we lead the fight against corruption. And more importantly, the commissioner will take up the responsibility for it. In 2018, we make a commitment that it will honor the image of this country. Waiting than they mean that basically at the time we take up that responsibility, Sierra Leone as a country actually been there in a very bad state where it counter corruption, because they be referred to we as the most corrupt country from rankings them of that period. We today we do better, and also a lot of other assessments and we counter corruption index. So from that time onwards, as a country, we don't do tremendously well. And that brings me to the most recent Transparency International Corruption Perception Index. But also before that, let us also just join the minister, because quite often we can see or hear people then just they talk, corruption, they on the increase. Maybe when you go see fuel price go up from this to that, or you see Maggi go up. Well, not corruption. No, that's not how we measure corruption. Corruption, not a thing where it's that tangible. It's more perceptive. So now when we talk about, for instance, the Transparency International, then get what they call a perception survey. And that perception survey, a lot of things they go into them, we look at or arrive at a particular thing. Equally, for instance, we talk about the Afrobarometer as well. Let's get waiting they go into them. So not to by the naked look of things or waiting you just think and begin talk. It has to be empirical. So that's the more reason why the perception survey index we call they represent last year 2025, but usually now so TI they make sometime in January, February they can put together the report, and the report where they can put together where they give it index or score, they come up from several sources. One of the source where they look at therefore do with the Global Insight Country Risk Ratings. These are several reports. We also get the World Bank Country Policy and Institutional Assessment of the most recent, for instance, the 2025, they look at 2024 report. They also look at the World Justice Rule of Law Project Index of 2025. They look at also the Economist Intelligence Unit Country Risk Ratings, Global Insight Country Risk Ratings, the PSR International Country Risk Rating Guide. So these are all things where they can come on the ground. Institutions or agencies that they were responsible for getting data, and then go now and see how they go put that data together and come out with this result. So essential as a country, we do very well in the sense that for 25 index, we climb 5 places upwards. We've been there in 2024, 114, and then now we come to 109. And again, they score there because this is not ranking. They rank now 180 countries. So we Salone Day 109, and we score now 34, with the far above the sub-Saharan average, with 32, because also they can do categorizations in terms of the different countries and the placement. We get those in Europe, Asia, in the Americas, Caribbean, etc. So we within the sub-Saharan region, we average in terms of the fact that corruption, how then they perceive them in the continent, and how they will rate a country where they within Africa as to waiting you don't do it very admirable. So Salone being get 34. And also since 2016, 2017, because I tell you now, we commissioner take up leadership. 2018, right through, we don't jump 21 places because we be day 130 and we score be day 30. But now we are 34 and then we do 109. So we don't do tremendously well. And as I say, now as a result of the several efforts where we don't make as a country, as an institution in the fight against corruption. We get other indexes where they come out. We all know about the Millennium Challenge Corporation. Also, for the past 7 years, we don't do remarkably well. We are over 70 in that score, and some time back that even make we become compact eligible. So as a country, we are working on that compact development. So the mandatory indicator on that MCC scorecard, we know always now the control of corruption. So that control of corruption, we don't pass them consistently. So let we all give pat shoulders our back for just a good work, what we don't do as a country. Just by way of other information outside of the TI index, we also don't get we whistleblower and witness protection regulation. That also is an important information for share. This regulation, it make significant milestone when it comes to the fight against corruption. Initially, we get just a policy. Now the regulation get the force of law, whereby when you make report to the ACC, will they protect you, and the law they protect you, and also areas around security, compensation, they all in the regulation. So I encourage members of the public for continue for putting confidence in the commission and also rely on the fight, because that aspect is key. People then afraid for can report because they feel say somebody go talk in that man report, and then the fear acts of reprisals and repercussions. So other updates and they in regard to recoveries we don't make, we don't see in social media the issue with Abu Kamara, former finance manager of NRA, and the property then they out now for sale. So the evaluation they on cost. Once we get a cost, we put them out, and then we ask members of the public for come and then do the correct thing. And also on another note, I want to inform you, I say this now asset declaration year. As a commission, we be done reform the law for let it be now every 2 years you declare than a biannual. So this year is a declaration year, and very soon we get on to the public officers who are required by law for do the declaration. With the work with the STI on the portal, we will also be much friendlier, because we get one we will use, but one gets another one. Once we don't introduce that one, we will let we now know, and then we will inform winner as to the deadline. So on that note, let me end for say the commissioner, they continue in People's Store. This time we are focusing on the traditional leaders so that we will explain to them the issue around gifts and asset declaration as it is in our act and that of custom, so that confusion no good day. So we don't do the eastern region, and then we will now get onto the northeast, northwest, and then the south. Thank you very much. I will pause here and then take questions as we go.
Thank you. If I drop, will be drop 1 point. The next moment is see why radio station. Deputy Minister, I really want we can't talk on this corruption. Oh, don't drop 1 point. From where this one don't can. Nobody not call me. For long we'll talk this progress. And as media, this is what we should be selling about our country. People are very key about how we fight corruption, and that is like we are hearing from them. The MCC, they look at the fight against corruption, the control of corruption. Yes, we are not 100%, but that political will, those steps you take to really show that yes, we are fighting it, are the things people look at, the perception about other people on how we are fighting it. What will they do for sure? Say we fight corruption. They are ranking us. We are making positive. It is a news for sale. 98.1. SABC. Let us say like fine news about the country. Anytime something very dear to you, the preserver. So now, when it comes to the one and only female at the table, for let it tell we day about copyright and digitization.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Minister. Good afternoon, members of the Fourth Estate and members of the panel. Well, I just want to commend the Ministry, of course, for this great venture. And I particularly learned from the Commodore in terms of the importance of the Mayong commemoration. So thank you very much. I hope see people in way out there go listen and learn some of the historical thing there about Salone. So me come out from the Office of the Administrator and Registrar General. So me na Martina, I mean the administrator. And today's topic actually, they tell me for talk about copyright. But I'm not going to talk about copyright if I not give you a brief background on within the Office of the Administrator and Registrar General debut. So basically, we are established by law. Of course, now law now established the office there, Cap 255 and Cap 256. So the Office of the Administrator and Registrar General now the sole depository of registrable instruments. Then, when I say instruments are legal documents, then we usually in our lawyers and they prepare them. So then documents and they get legal effect. So instruments will include conveyances. Beaucoup people know the Office for Conveyances, wills, leases, tenancy agreements, sales agreements, anything where you think about when a registrable instrument, na office to it and they register them. So now just like bank where they keep money, so we na the Administrator and Registrar General's office where they keep documents then at the registry. So get different registry them, we get the civil registry, we na the marriage registration documents them we they save. We get of course the land registry where we save the conveyances and other things that we pertaining to land and title registration. And then most importantly, we get the intellectual property department. We the administer intellectual property rights na Salone. So last month I know say His Excellency the President they visit Davos na Switzerland. And a news item will become then show say he meets with the Director General William Daring Tang of the World Intellectual Property Organization. And one of the things that we discussed with DG Daring Tang now on IP and IP development and how IP the foster economic growth. And one for see how Salone self-able for join the IP world for foster economic growth. So the topic for discussion today is copyright. So copyright fall under what we call intellectual property rights. So it's in an IP, we call it IP for short. So intellectual property in a legal term where they protect the creations of your mind. If you as an individual sit down and think, oh, I want to publish a song, I don't wait in the inside my mind say like I really want to sing a song. So now creations of the mind. So IP they can for protect the creations of your mind, where you don't process that song in your mind and you put it into tangibles out there. You sing a song and people can get access to the song. That is intellectual property. So how copyrights come inside intellectual property? So there are two types of IP. So we get the industrial property rights. We include inventions we protected under patents. We get trademarks, of course, when a service marks or brands them. We get in industrial designs where they deal with aesthetics and aspects of product. And then we get, of course, geographical indications where they show signs where they identify the origins of a particular product for a particular state or country. So second, na copyright and related rights. So what's in a copyright? So copyright is a legal term where the rights holders, the creators, or let's say somebody writes a book where they do that exclusive rights. You get the rights for disseminate, you get the rights for use them, then you get the rights for sell and work to third parties. So if I get my copyright for a song, for instance, famous in beautiful songs the way they sing, nobody else now go able to sing famous line song there because now get the sole copyright to that song there. So copyrights now rights then we now automatic rights. So as soon as you produce a song, they ask you not for protect the copyrights where you don't get. So now we call voluntary protection. So the voluntary protection now for let you bring card that you book day, or that you song day, or that you broadcast, or that blog where you blog, now Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. Now for let you bring and come to an office where you're recognizable under law. So for Salon, the legal framework where they protect copyrights now the Copyright Act of 2011. So under section 4 of that right, a list of things that we protected under that copyright day. And some of them things that also now, of course, literary works, that now the poems, them artistic drawings, audiovisual, broadcast, photographs, computer programs, poems, books, blog posts, architectural works, and play, with so much more. So the law, of course, the copyright law, they work in a salon. And the Office of the Administrator and Registrar General, now they administer the rights then they. So how you go file your copyrights na the Office of the Administrator and Registrar General. So firstly, you get for don't purchase a registration form from the office. And then forms then it's a taxable sales. So we sell the forms then at the office and you buy your form that the office go publish your work where we don't publish under the Gazette, and we give 60 days for opposition. So if anybody come up and oppose to that work, they say, oh, I think say Nami gets this work, or I think say this person don't infringe on the copyright, then the office not going to grant you that registration day. But if after 60 days, nobody no come up, there is no objection, then the office go say and fit say you don't meet all the criteria for register your copyright, and we go issue a certificate, and then after that we will record your name inside the registry of copyright. So after 2018, the registration of copyrights being robust, but from 2011 when they passed the Copyright Act, much not be they gone. But after 2018, copyrights are something where people then really be approach the office for, then they register, they work under the Office of the Administrator and Registrar General. So as a way of capacity building and awareness raising, so the office don't conduct several and extensive public awareness programs and radio, TV, and other stakeholders programs that we can hold. But few months ago, we get for liaise with the Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Dr. Julius Spence, and I'll be also part of that stakeholders committee. So we meet and we try for look at the Copyright Act again and see how we able for strengthen the Copyright Act, so people are able to know the rights them under the copyright. So we don't hold like one or two stakeholders consultative meetings there. And we don't get recommendations from them. Members there. So the AG's office and your own office, together with all the other MDAs that were involved, and the private sector, they come together for can review the Copyright Act and the regulation. So what's the importance? What we want for review, we want for broadening the scope. We still want for the in tandem with international best practices. So that is why it's important that we take a look at the Copyright Act and try to see how we safeguard some of the rights there, where owner entitled to, where broadcasters and where songwriters and where musicians, bloggers, who are all entitled to. Now with the shift to the digital age, we just want to see again how copyrights will can protect some of owner in terms of the rights there. So Mr. Deputy Minister, I don't know if I can stop here for now and maybe it will take.
Thank you very
questions
much.
later.
Not of, because I take the mic off. Once I play to thank you. Nami grandpa in language. Copyright, they give you ownership of your own creation. Nobody no go use your work without your consent. Nobody no go sell you music without your consent. When we do the room, you put garri and sugar, you hold small water. Somebody they will starter, other people follow. But for let us say now, about world's work of easy transport of logistics. Garri this way, water in a hand. People that begin doing without recognizing would that create this kind of thing. So with this right, any initiative where you can read, where possible one do, if we at least reference you. So now from this policy, I take this idea. Fine idea. Before you waste time, is you don't have a place they eat like this and you put in one pocket, you pull, you go before. Easy transportation of logistics. You understand? So copyright they give that patent rights. At least that creation, let you get reward. As somebody produce film today, they say one copy. He don't sell 1,000 copies. One Leonardo they can't tell you. They just see that they play the film as cinema, this and that. Because copyright issues not there. But will be small. When film they play, they see on the right, the copyright. That's the producer anyhow. You need to show and set that cinema. So these are the movements for catch up with global progress and development. So we are moving forward. This is the time to turn the mic to the people for let us ask a question. Please, if anybody there will get a question for the commander, Asian. All people that will get a question, I'll feel so not afraid. Oh no, I get mine though. So, first round, we are going to take the first 5 questions. Then the next. I'll start with you. 1. I'll go to His Excellency. 2. And I see my hand up for saying that Susan Monday, you don't. Our favoritism and we could call me name now, Stefaniko. 3. Last one, there are 4. And 5 here. One man notes the question. And straight to the point. 1 question.
Okay, thank you. My own question here, very simple, to go direct to the Honorable Minister of Education. I want to know how many schools them were involved. My name is Tiamuti Kamara. I report for Export Time newspaper. Also, I want to know who side this problem there between why majority of the students them not able to sit this coming was because this problem no boku by the students them. But especially this was this year. So now I want to know who side this problem be if now from the WAEC or the school authorities or the principals or to the government. So now this I want to know. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Deputy Minister. Mr. Deputy Minister, do you permit me? Give me because I want to make comments and ask 1 question. Yes, thank you. Mr. Commander, sir, of the Republic of Sierra Leone Military Force, I want to congratulate you, now, sir. My name is Alhaji Abdul H. Gillen from Civil Society Movement. We may not talk about this all the years then, but we normally get nothing we do for the people them. We don't suffer, don't sacrifice. So I want to congratulate you for that. And I want to say that you extend this to Lieutenant General Mangua and say they don't really reform the army. And myself, I will try, but I want to know the time we will get for do that activities there. Mr. Minister of Education, congratulations, because we don't be you for the past 3 years for this thing here soon. Because government they spend money, though we know they see the picking them they do well. But congratulations when I don't put things in place, and we self don't happy about that. I want to tell you thank you for that. Madam Administrator General, this question here for you. I want you tell me how much people they pay for them various registration they do, especially when it comes to marriage certificates. Because now that when they get contention, now that when they bring divorce business camp where they don't marry 1 week, the one where they make 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they don't divorce. So I wonder you explain to me in that contention. Thank you very much. Yes, let you explain to me in that contention. Anti-corruption, congratulations. We're still a support now, we're still a push now. Let una go do better thing. But one let una go to protect the people that we can give una information.
Thank you very much. Number 2. Number 3. 3, 4. I'm a 40 there and I'll show you what's about now.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Atokoka. I'm a manager editor for the New Numbered newspaper. It's for Brigadier. I'm very grateful for Layeri today after so many times this war done. On a degi, commendation to the one that we deserve. I hope una not go forget the executive outcome. They say play a very vital role because like when they rebel the whole week, 3 days after, now they may go with a flight from Bumbuna and come between Sierra Leone. That's number 1. 2, una not forget the police. They say they play a very, very vital role, and the role where they play when the soldier then first go, then take the police them, we get OSD, the SSD. They say been there spark up. Una not forget them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Minister, for steering the ship this afternoon. We're very pleased with this thing. Thank you very much. Not to say Mina Mohammed Bikouma, Civil Society, Executive Director, Center for Partnership Initiatives. I want to commend the panel for being here. The ASLAF will commend on. But today, the Armed Forces Day. I mean, the thing so for us something going forward, the forces of Sierra Leone Day. Anyway, but my questions are to the the Minister of Education and that of the Registrar and ORG. For ACC, I'll come to them last. For the Minister of Education, the aspect of them portal, now long aging issue, and what you know, and this afternoon, we'll get confidence, we'll say, this will be a thing of the past. In any case, whose robust mechanism and how we serve the civil society will play a role for monitor them process there. So, when I say this, a board-based aspect, because government is spending a lot, also doing well at the ministry level, but trust me, you are not anywhere at the same time. And the partners that are in existence cannot do everything. So I'm just asking who's plan again for expand the space for ensure say this portal this time around will not get the question of the thing of the past. Because even with the experience will not happen. But yes, people won't forget away. Just so that then they get the process and give government bad name. So the mechanism as to how to expand the space for monitoring the process and the question to you, sir. The Registrar General, for the the copyrights. Somebody pull in song already, then copyright starts. But then why if you register them? If you pull a song or it gets you product already by now copyright starts. But then again, if that's the case, why registering it? All right. So to the ACC, let the minister say, another call for say, hey, don't go up. Deputy Minister, whether or not, the ACC is doing a good job. And me for his responsibility in this moment, join Alaji Abdul for commend the ACC. We go for commend on corruption fight, not to a one-man fight. And we as Muslims support now a lot for those who. So on this new achievement, it's not only for you, but for the country at large. Systems, effort what they make for fight corruption, then clear indication that corruption is going away. Thank you.
Yeah. Alfred Cisse, Choice FM. Of course, the current resident for the bloggers and the journalists and for the Ministry of Information. For you, the commander, sir, on behalf of this family, as you don't invite everybody for Uganda, Soldier Man Business gets authority. One kindly request to you or give invitation for good is also will be witness that particular thing. The other thing back again is now they go award the one that will fight the war. The Camacho they fight, now they award there. Let me know.
So we don't get a first set of questions from the people. So we start with you. I don't sing, me sing. Why African register? Oh man, who's in sing out?
Thank you very much. So we have been doing a submission just now. I tell you, say copyrights, na rights, we automatically you produce something, it's protected. So now automatic protection, but you always need for register voluntarily with the office of the administrator. And why we feel say you for register your work. One, again for protect the ownership. And secondly, it is strengthening your enforcement right. If somebody infringe on your copyright, then you take and go court. The courts need a legislation for look at, for see say yes, they don't infringe on somebody's right. So the court can simply reference the Copyright Act, and the court go even ask we for good tender your registration certificate will go help you your case. Then thirdly, it will stop people and for sell you we not authorize them for sell them. So that is the importance of voluntary registration for copyright. Then on to you, sir. So you asked about the various registrations in terms of marriage, and almost then they sell marriage certificate, right? So so basically there are 4 types of marriage, 9 recognizable now salon. We get the Christian, we get the Muslim, we get civil and customary marriage. So basically, your office, they deal with Christian, Mohammedan, and the civil marriage. So the civil marriage, then they solemnize at the office of the administrator and registrar general. We basically now Lord and they preach. So that marriage certificate, they go for 1,500 as per the Finance Act 2024. And all the money then they pay to NRA. So not a cent they can at the office of the administrator, because we serve na revenue generating institution. So you pay 1,500 based on the criteria where you meet, where you maybe you then will ask you for account documents them. If you come on a Commonwealth country, then we'll ask you for account affidavit. If you not come on a Commonwealth country, then we'll ask you for account a non-impediment certificate where they show say you know contract any other marriage outside of OSAUD. So basically the certificate they go for 1,500 as per the Finance Act. We get all the schedule them of the payments the way they do now the Registrar General in office. I hope I answer your question, sir. Thank you. Yes, well, basically, the office of the Administrator and Registrar General, they sell the books, but now to mosque, then we registered. So now registered churches and mosque, and it's a must that we don't solemnize them wedding standing. You get for green candy certificates for register now the civil marriage registry or the marriage registry. So then they sell unto the mosque and the churches upon request. So they write to me and request say I want so copy of marriage certificate, and you get for the exhibit your registration certificate for no saying a recognizable church or mosque.
Commander.
Thank you very much, sir.
Maybe I will come to Kamajo Tamaboro, sir, but let's start with Alaji for the civil society. Alaji, we thank you very much for appreciate we and what you don't do. I will send you a message to the Chief of Defense Staff when I Lieutenant General Amaraida Bangura. I will send a message to him. The time where you want to know, this program now tomorrow, the 18th of this month, it starts around 12:45. 9 people then will begin come. And the program therefore run for like 4 hours, where they done around 4:45. Just for tell you the alleged work for the very important people then. The president get for the vice president, members of government, ministers, parliamentarians, the police get for the, we get for answer one of my brother in question, members of the security sector. So people get for the way really matter in the society. So now make that day, in fact, they make them holiday. So once more, I thank you very much for that question. Will help me let people know when the program. Sir, the occasion is really there for members of the armed forces. When are the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces. And this time we'll talk about mainly the military people. But I also want to point out, let people know, say, we get other awards and whether can give on National Independence Day. This is an award where they beyond the armed forces. So if Kamajo or Tamaboro, they meet that committee, because for each of these things, you get committee then where they can set up. For this we own committee, I don't think say they consider them people and they, because until not meet the criteria. The only one meet the criteria and the one international one then. So probably the international one, if the committee thinks say they're eligible, they can give them. But for this we will not give them. Now that clarification I just want to make. I can also talk to
enjoy himself. Me I didn't home. I call people that we no submit the cast yet. Personally, I get then they send me the details. Me said they call there. I wish they happy Christmas. Then I said this that the minister himself they call you. You understand? You know what happened at the end of that? 1,048 schools, all the schools in the country, they all upload. There is a clip where I send out. They tell all man one by one, and they tell them thank you. Because we know let you pick in and down. So in that situation there, I can't say the school don't do anything bad. I can't say the ministry do anything bad. We work in collaboration for make sure so we get a right this year. All the school them, all. The problem we get is that after that site, that first portal lock, we go down at the detail where they upload. Now begins to say, the one that will be not clear, because who clear will they tell you, if you now you school, you say 100 picking I submit to me, with a check then Beckett, they will tell you say, all 100 clear, go upload. What will happen? Some school they would say 100 clear, go upload, then they go upload 200. So there is 100 where we don't even get for check because the portal now don't lock. You don't send her in, you don't send her in. So now that 10 now we see this 74,000. So How you go blame we? We don't tell you we don't do the check. We get long run up for make we do the check. We don't do the check. We don't say go ahead. Then now you go, you put more. You understand? So this year, now the back end the come out, not to the front end. So we don't lock no school. I want for us to make you understand, Andy. Yes? And what they said to you, they say I'm back. The portal they lock 28th of this month. That 55,000. We still open the door. We they go engage the schoolers. Say, but when I give you the details, we they check for now. If we're not able, it'll take a couple of the AI we use. It'll take a couple of minutes forเราcheck. So if all the 55,000 they make the commitment back in front of this camera, say if you clear all that, the government of Sierra Leone will pay. But for make sure say if you not get them wrong, now make we don't tell you say you decide an undertaking.
Collaboration with civil society.
You decide you decide an undertaking. Now, so the next question when somebody asks, is say who that's in fault? Again, that take in a funny way, in a different way. The consequences where you sign the undertaking and you do the wrong thing, is grave. I give you 3 things will go happen. First, we investigate. The second, we terminate your service immediately. We not take no ben, no day again. The last time we suspend school leaders there for 2 months. It not stop them. Last year we suspend them for 1 whole year. It not stop them. So now we not suspend them again. So if you want assurance, say this way I get for stop. Now that will they give you now. Yes. Now let's take from the ministry side. I tell you where they do me delivery. I say we constructively engaged the union. We constructively engaged the professional association. Treat them. We still now they work with them. We not get plabo. Now make we know they see the union they can't shout. We they work with them. We want to make we all get some rights. Now for picking and sick. The second thing, we get a WhatsApp group where any issues already come, we deal with them, we contact WIAC, we try to solve the problem. If they up now, we get over 160 or so people within that WhatsApp group, and now all across the country. We also don't send, we staff them. I don't put money and send staff them all around the country for go up. You understand? Then we beg civil society organization, we beg parents them. For go let them go there, engage them, school them. But I can tell you, say, not to picking them, they were, most of them not go be picking them. Then go be your non-commissioned officer, Mr. Commando Asori, Commodore Asori. But it be your non-commissioned officer, we want for big, getting commission, it get for pass was. It'll be you nurse when a state enrolled nurse, we want to be state registered nurse. It get for pass was. It'll be your teacher when you get TC or you get HTC, one go doing degree. It get for pass was. These are the problem. Then you ask why then they're not school? Because in the school system, you get 30%. You get 30%. Me on duty, and no one alone they tell we say the quality of education is not good. The quality of education is not good. Now, the quality we they think about. Now, it make you see how they take this stance. Not so because of bad. And then I don't want to make una money wasted. The second thing, but I beg, let us finish this. So you ask say why, to be honest with you, you cannot fault them. This time round. You cannot fault them. I don't see any TH where they don't do where I go fault them. Then I go to the individuals. I just tell you, I say, out of that 74,000, we clear 19,000. So if you get genuine mistake, we they clear that. Then make I say, they don't know locate. They don't really know locate. We they clear that. So individual, I can't blame individual we get something wrong. You understand? If we can't, we see say the wrong thing, we they clear that. So let's stop it.
Minister, collaboration with civil society. Because this money government they lost, if we bring civil society as the people's representatives, I think it help we. Because when they explain and when you explain are 2 different things. I think really spending some resources for less civil society, the part of all this process will help the situation.
So I would definitely take that on board, and I will take them back. One last thing I just want to say. Again, let's go back to your question. No picking, no go left out. The one that were ineligible, then still can take private was. So if you're not adults, you can't inside this because you want 30%. It should not be. Not bad quality. Because if I give 30% for free, while go sick tomorrow, I go to hospital, hey, walai, while see you, na cry. I know say me don't die, doctor.
Thank you very much. The second set of 3 questions. Woman, 1. Woman. When I ask witness, I ask for woman. 2. Three. You go to civil society, you have to be there. Yes. Wow. Good. Sorry.
Good afternoon. Alimatu Kabo from Vantage Newspaper. This question is general open question. I would like to know whose message we wanna get for tell the young people them out there we feel say the government's promises not ever change their daily lives. And secondly, to you, Mr. Sandy, they say corruption is the order of the day. That is the saying. I would love to know how many corruption cases where on a report and where on a prosecute inside this year. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mina. Aisha K, executive producer from Shidianke Media. First of all, I want to say plenty thank you to Martina. That was a very good presentation. But the quick question where I really want to ask the issue of entries on Bekes. You say there is a digital platform where they do the entries, and also the registration can students when they register them can also get reg numbers. Why do we still have the swinging numbers? And what's the problem they come away with still not able for address and needs? Because this also gets for do with an emotional problem. People, and sometimes we can get genuine results can end up for the inside the bond inside the problem day and all of these things. So if we have digital registrations and then we also have reg numbers representing each name, why do we still have the swinging numbers?
Very brief and direct. Brief and direct. Also, emotions.
Yeah, my name na Mahmoud Silla from the Nature newspaper and Silla iWatch Online. Okay, the question goes to Mr. Sandy. Mr. Sandy, yes, it is a fact that UNA do well in terms of fighting corruption. But the control of corruption indicator in the MCC, we see UNA been get 83. But as the years they go by, now go the country the good on. The last time I checked, I think now been 74 from 3 some years back. We worry. Even though within the sub-region, inside West Africa, Senegal, India ahead of we. They are above Ghana.
we are above many West African countries, but with the Inago, the gold, we know the maintain upwardness. So that's my concern.
Me na the bonus. Somebody will ask question. Good afternoon. My name is Amos Marshall Taiwali, aka the microphone. Mr. Minister, I want to say I'm overwhelmed and flabbergasted, and I want to join this interconnected collection of synergistic congregation of media practitioners for welcoming you back, particularly because it's been a while. And I want to ask me question. I come up free radio anyway. I want to ask me question to the Commodore. I want to take permission for you intellectual property rights, because we talk about it right now, for making statements we just make that when I get for during the Armed Forces Day, when I get for award foreign fighters them, we at some point join the ECOMOG or other contingents we can fight for this country. One of the contingents we join the ECOMOG na the Guinean contingent. The Ghanaian, of course the Nigerians, but after the war, we see the Nigerians by major record, they return back. But the Kenyans, they vehemently don't become defiant and capture the eastern district of Kailaum, particularly Yenga. I want to know if they did because of that. And they say, now the young benefits and the vote effect for Sierra Leone by grabbing that land by force. I want to know if they didn't have the plan for awarding, even if they don't do that. Number two, that's what Jamal killed big fish. I wonder if they are award back.
Me a white boy, and also a lot of influence have been. Now I go to the ACC boss or the one we can represent the ACC. Now we not the first corruption. If we not self the corruption, who side them okay go na matter. Number two.
So you start, Minister of Education.
Okay. To be honest with you, the question where you asked now a very, very powerful question. So the easiest way for solve this problem now for make we get unique learner IDs, they will link into the NCRA then database. So for those of you now who know me na be the chair at the TSC, the Teaching Service Commission. When we recruit teachers there, when we don't recruit you, like what you don't send, we get for look at your NIN number for NCRA, we match out with your NACIT number, then we will know say you're not the real person where we say nowadays. So we can replicate that now this system. Mind you, in the system for learners, we last what you call our annual school census, we get 3.4 million students. So if we go now take NI number, you can see almost thousands, this now billions. So government starts that process there. Then do about 25% of the cohorts, yes, from junior secondary school. But the amount was too much for government for take. But just about 2 months ago, I go Ghana. I see what in the Ghana Education Service then get
impact on the youth. Well, let's start with the concern about Guinea. Yes, we're all aware there's a teeth and tongue dynamic blabber. We're in a neighbor. But we position as Sierra Leone, we know when they look at government instruments and they forget peace, especially with your neighbor. We get diplomatic, we get military, we get other ones, just for name a few. But the government of Sierra Leone position is that now we pursue this problem in a peaceful way, diplomatic way. Worst case, we're going to court. That one they go on. But what you know for lost sight of is, unfortunate, I go tell you, say, the chief of defense staff in Guinea will get an award. But why would they get this award? Now, another way for you, soft power, soft approach. For let it come, let's see, say, not a plabber way we did look at. We appreciate them for waiting them to do for we as a country where we been get trouble, they come to rescue. So let we understand in Can one now from the context of soft power and making sure we live in harmony and understand ourselves. It could even be say where it come with CDS and young CDS, then go able to talk around some of the issues then. So we get forget our understanding. So other countries that this committee decide, like they say, Guinea, UK, US, Kenya, and Nigeria for this year. We'll go for the one going forward, whereby we'll consider other countries there. I hope so then they answer your question. Let me now talk to Halima. Halima, you got to understand, say, I want support within the deputy minister, say, this government, or even the minister, then say, this government, they do very well for make sure, say, they look for the youth. Because if you look at the population, the youth is huge. But from our ministry and ASLA point of view, few things they know what to do. Right now, as I tell you, we get a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Youth. This ministry, we go into this memorandum of understanding with them so that we'll go able to help them for identify youths, one where we go collaborate with and work with, one for let be a pool for recruit people and for Canada ASLA. Then two, for support the youth COFA scheme. Then get a youth COFA scheme where then they can go train people and now we training establishment. They can go there, spend some time and do some training. We can give them small military orientation where over the years it don't really help with some of the youths and where they go through that scheme and where we can employ them, the kind mentality where they can come with. So as I talk about the recruitment program, you find out say if we look at one of the criteria, for they between the age of 18 and 25, this is not youths them. So when they come in and to support within the minister, they say, now before would they take people them with WAS for letting them come as officers? These days, no, because now we get high pool now, high quality people. We don't get degrees them. So now if you want to be officer, pass you get degree. If you don't get degree, you know they become an officer. Because as life, as we all aware now, they take part in international missions. This is another exposure for youths them as well. Most of the people who they send overseas for who work in the UN, for work in the AU, now youth them. When they go there, then they get experience, then they get money, then they get so many things. So then they come back as well and be an example for the company youth them for letting join. So me think say this government, through we, don't they do a lot for the youths that been looked after. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, so yeah. Would I get a pool of, I will come to that because not the last question. Let me say just rub more on this aspect of government promises. I want for making clear that from the angle of the fight against corruption, we're in that platform where His Excellency the President, Brigadier retired Dr. Julius Maada Bio, maybe elect him for being the president of this country, we don't do significantly well. We come on the platform for reform the law with the 2019 amendment to the act. That we get now with special division at the High Court. We don't also ensure say restitution. We are therefore mentioned on the convictions and we don't get restitution different from recovery. Restitution are where you go to court, the court find out saying that amount of money you thief or you misappropriate, you pay that amount in addition to the fine whether they fine you or the sentence whether they impose. Now that reform we make. Then also the alternative to prosecution when are the recovery. what we don't make in terms of the millions in new loans, what we don't recover. So a lot of transformation don't take place when it comes to the fight against corruption. We even make today Sierra Leone with an icon. A lot of countries, they come, they understudy what we do. We commissioner don't serve on the board now the African Union. As we speak, now also a member representing the West African region, now the AAACA, we are the Association of African Anti-Corruption. So we don't do significantly well. So in the aspect of promises, I feel say we don't really attain that. Then for say again, corruption at the order of the day. That is a misnomer. Probably now the past years, but this time corruption not to order of the day. Because you know, say when you commit an act of corruption, now you will be punished. We get robust laws then where they go after you. If you say that conviction are the only thing, we also get recovery. And we don't see the impact we they don't make. So corruption not the order of the day. The only thing you go say corruption, they fight back. And it will always fight back. But as a commission and as a country, I feel say we are well positioned for CCA we control corruption. Then on the cases we don't prosecute, or the cases we don't successfully prosecute, well, I'll give data for last year because this year we just start. Last year we successfully prosecute 11 cases, but we get cases we will report to where they in the region of about 311. 311 cases. From that case, the reports we get, we receive them. Now make we get what we call the Complaints Review Committee. That committee, they sit. Now then they analyze the report and know which one will really fall under the mandate or within the mandate of the commission. The one where the outside will refer to different agencies, and we can get several of them. But the one where actually they deal with it, investigations, for instance, because it can also fall within the mandate on prevention, it can be public education, etc. But the one way in investigations where usually people then can be interested in, we've been get about 113. So out of that 113, we still get them under investigations at the ACC. But we were able to charge to court last year a quantity of about 14, and out of that 14, we get 11 successful prosecutions. Some of them will I just mention. We've been get conviction on the education sector officials. We get for do with WAEC and Holy Family. We involve Henry Kamara, Marion Kamara, Emmanuel Kobi. That was a case where we don't charge to court. We also get other conviction on senior officials of the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority. Involve Julian Clark and Saliu Kagbo. Of course, the fines and the weight and levy very high. Then we also get conviction on the former executive director and procurement manager of Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority. We involve Sarah Bendu and Victor Labor. We also get conviction on custom officers of the National Revenue Authority. Then, of course, we get the order from the court relating to Abu Kamara. So these are all the achievements that we'll make for last year relating to the fight against corruption. Then on the MCC scorecard, we need for all understand the background or the basis. As a country, or from 2017, we be the fail, we be the 49. We started by 71. We go up at a point, we really get 82%. Then we don't also come back in 74, 76, 77. But what I want to understand is the average. And part of it is that the control of corruption with a mandatory indicator will always pass them. And there are also other indicators where they together put them together in relation to accountability. So insofar as concerned, if you aggregate all the performances for the 7, 8 years, so far we are still in the region of 70, 74, where I feel say now a grade A result that one day. But a lot is going into the fight against corruption. Let I end on this man, we say who is if we corrupt.
Okay.
So lastly, ACC, we are as Sierra Leoneans, we are no different. So if we fall foul of the law, we are subject to investigations and we can be prosecuted. In fact, we get internal measures taken before they are prosecuted, are summarily dismissed, and then you suffer because when you summarily dismiss, you don't get benefit. Then you stand accused, the court fine you, etc., etc. So we're not above the law. Thank you very much.
Edna, you got any question, direct, or it's okay?
Just one for maybe add to waiting Dr. Saki and the Commodore say. Mr. Saki.
Doctor.
Mr. Saki, with respect to, I think, Alima in question on whether the things that it trickle down to people. So in we own context from we own office, where we try for decentralized systems. So we not only operate in Freetown, we operate in the provinces as well. So we want to make, we don't make services accessible to people. So I think one party things and then the way the government wants for the people able to access systems them in different places. So now you can then about Kenema making your local and try for register your property there. So then they will make you get access to loans, to mortgages. If somebody wants a loan in a bank, you know, at least if you get property for sure, say yes, I get collateral, then banks and they can give you loans. So that means that they trickle down to the general public and the ordinary Sierra Leoneans by accessing services.
Thank you very much. Korasaki, this platform.
I want make sure say before they go, la correcta, minuto doctor.
Thank you very much. Like somebody rightly say, not to Soya Bide, for bring duty bearers face to face with you now and ask them questions, not to Soya Bide. And if you really want to know that waiting His Excellency's talk about human capital development, check the enrollment rate my university. They know say government they spend beaucoup money for let people to enter university. Most people not be able to complete secondary schools because of fees. Most people not write O-level because of fees. If you also check the per degree rate per family, there's hardly a family now will not get graduates. Check that one. There's hardly a family. Even this recruitment for we the politicians, when our staff say passports you get degree or specialist, this and that, you say, when Pakababi starts, now just 5 words they ask, 5 O-level. They can't go to degree, and if they even give me difficulty, we are the one just 20. They have more than 500 graduates applying. That is telling you how many people get degree now. It will come to a time, first degree in Sierra Leone not going to be anything. We say, what if you say, now we no more get degree in our family. We don't pay for people that we all get degree, we all get masters. So you are no more that person we go to a village saying, I want to get degree. The impact of education, not to immediate results. Now long term, you will see the effect of these policies that we will implement. Not to see where they drop today, it is sound. That is education. Time go car, Salomon. Not to this English only was public, so if you say glad. Because this program, now for let everybody in a game, madam, 84 man concurring, let them understand that English way you talk. Mama 30 days they wonder what did they talk. So I can forget the cause for explaining to Mama what they say. And that is not the intention of this program. We are very plain, simple, because we want to let everybody get the message and understand them. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you plenty thank you for we will be continue for honor this every Tuesday press conference, because without you now we're not going to be relevant. And I also want to take my time to tell all the panelists and plenty thank you for calling them and they take their time out for can talk to you. We now the conduit through which we believe we will reach the larger population out there. I tell my plenty thank you for this session. Thank you very much.